Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Dacia campaign. Last time we started our empire, came up with a bit of a game plan, and invaded Thrace. We took Tylus, their capital, off of Thrace, leaving them with just Campus Getae. So in the next couple of turns we should be able to knock Thrace out of the game, hopefully. We also sent our trusty factioner Vecina over to Segestica and took that off the rebels. And we're trying to think of a plan of how we can take Segesta as well without overextending and losing Segestica to the Gauls or the Brudii. So we will try to come up with a plan for that this part as well. We're starting at the end of a turn, so let's go ahead and end this turn and see if anything happens. Doesn't look like the Thracians really have much of a plan for counterattacking. We killed all of their armies that were in the field, so all they have left is just sitting in Campus Getae. They have their faction leader, a family member, 2 units of militia hoplites, and 2 units of peltasts. Not really much there at all. Let's go ahead and besiege Campus Getae with our faction leader, Zyraxes. He's a bit of a loose cannon. We're just basically going to use him as heavy cavalry. And our real general will be Skyles, hopefully. But I don't know if Skyles can be the general in a battle where Zyraxes is present. So we may have to pull Zyraxes out of this army and just have him be a reinforcing army. Let's go ahead and use our build points, get some rams, and yeah, I don't really see how Thrace can survive this. I don't know if they'll sally forth or just wait for me to come in the gates, but yeah, they're not doing well. In Porlisum, we got a land clearance, and we got a land clearance in Campus Iazigis and mines in Segestica. I'm honestly tempted, since I have a little bit of money right now and nothing too pressing that I need to purchase, I'm tempted to just build roads everywhere, because we need to be able to move somewhat quickly between our cities. They're all so far spread apart, and yeah, we don't really have that many armies, so we definitely need some ability to move between our cities. And as I was building those roads, I noticed Lugatorix, the Gallic family member, has brought a pretty scary army over to just outside of Segestica, maybe wanting a fight over here. So we're going to get some Illyrian mercenaries just in case. And I'm tempted to take this army out into the field. Yeah, I don't really know if we're going to need to fight off Lugatorix, but let's park maybe out in the woods. And we'll leave 1 unit of Illyrian mercenaries here. And if they want to attack us, I would rather be outside of the city so we can, come up on Lugatorix in the field and hopefully just knock him out in one fell swoop. If we can get rid of that army, we can push south to Segesta and not be really worried about defending the city for at least a couple of turns because we've knocked out the starting strength of the Gauls. Taking a look at our end of turn report, we profited 1,511 denarii that last turn. Will not be the case this turn because we just spent a ton on Illyrian mercenaries, but I think it's necessary to hold on to Segestica, and Segestica is going to be worth so much to us that I think this will be worth the investment. We'll continue marching our diplomat south to go speak with the Greeks because we want to get map information off of them as well. And there's nothing else we can do this turn because we have no money and no move points, so let's end the turn. See if the Gauls attack. I didn't see if they besieged us before the Germanians talked to us, so let's speak to the Germanians. They're offering us trade rights and map information. I'll take that. And then let's see if we can sell them map information for... I'm going to try for 2,000 denarii because we actually know a lot about the map right now that they don't know. Let's see if 2,000 denarii works. We'll go 740. That's okay. I'll take it. We need the money right now, so I've actually made probably 2,000, almost 3,000 denarii just from map information, so pretty good start to the campaign. Over here, Lugatorix is standing head-to-head with my army. I don't know if he wants to fight. Let's definitely reunite our Illyrian mercenaries, get all of our strength in this army, and we want them kind of organized like that. Yeah, I don't know if Lugatorix is going to try and fight us here. I'd like to get him off of my land, so I'm tempted to just fight him and start a war, but I don't know. We kind of want to avoid wars as much as possible. The usual suspects are at war, the Julii and Carthage, the Britannians and the Germanians. Nothing really to be surprised about there, but it's good that the Germanians will stay busy fighting to their west instead of looking for new enemies, since they do actually border us in the north. We built our roads all across the empire, and let's take a look if that helps our economy at all. Trade is at 456, so definitely could be a lot better. That will improve over time. That wasn't really a purchase I was doing for the economic benefits, mostly for the military benefits. Yeah, we lost 716 denarii. Not the worst result, given that we spent so much on recruitment and construction. Next turn, we should be profitable again, so that'll be good. In Segestica, we want to purchase a land clearance, not only because it makes us a little bit more money from farming, another about 70 denarii a turn, but also we really need to get the population growth rate up here, since we're going to be training soldiers here for defending the city. So definitely want this city to grow as quickly as possible. We'll give Lugatorix one more turn to decide whether he wants to leave our territory or fight, but yeah, I'm not really sure what the plan is here. Hopefully he just wanders off and goes back to Gaul, because I don't really want war with Gaul if we can avoid it. The question over here at Campus Getae is, do we want to march in and fight now, or do we want to starve out the enemy a little longer? And honestly, since they have 2 units of hoplites and 2 generals with a combined 138 cavalry, I think we want to hold on and not attack yet. Next turn, we'll get Zyraxes out of the main army, so he's not leading the troops with his horrible morale. And yeah, I think we'll be okay. I'm just a little bit hesitant about this battle. Alright, so we'll pull Zyraxes just right over here, and he can also besiege Campus Getae. This way we'll have our incredible Skylies with 7 command stars and +2 morale in charge of this army, instead of our loose cannon Zyraxes. And we did manage to profit 1,016 denarii that turn, so that's wonderful. Economy is somewhat under control. Yeah, the Seleucids are getting attacked by everyone, as to be expected. The Germanians are also allied with Thrace, so there's kind of an axis of my neighbors who all don't like me, so I'm not too thrilled about that. I'll be very excited to get Thrace out of the game so we can have a somewhat better political situation. Let's go talk to the Greeks. We will get trade rights off of them, and then we'll offer them our map information, and we're going to try to get 1,200 denarii out of them. I don't know if it will work, but let's see. Interesting. Oh wow, they want an alliance, and they're going to give us 3,650 denarii a turn for 2 turns in exchange for just map information for map information, so I will absolutely take that. That is great for me. I mean, an alliance is good. I'm happy to have an alliance, and we're going to get totally bankrolled by Greece, so I'm not sure why they did that, but I will 100% take it. And Lugatorix is marching north to try to pick up Aquincum, which is definitely scary because that puts him right in proximity to Campus Zyraxes. Tempted to hunt him down and just kill him now, but I don't want to be at war with the Gauls if I can help it, so we're going to try for peace. We will give one more turn, just kind of showing that our army is in the area still, and then once he marches out of view range, we will march south with this army and try to pick up Segesta. And I think with that development, it's time to build a wooden palisade in Campus Zyraxes in case the Gauls show up and try to just take the city. We only have 1 unit of peasants here and no wall, so we don't want them to be able to just march in and take the city. Over in Tylus, we actually have a fair amount of troops, which we could send south to pick up Byzantium. So I might build just some peasants in Tylus to keep them satisfied, and then we'll march south with our army and try and pick up Byzantium. Let's build a Sacred Grove of Hybelaces in Tylus, because we're going to have a lot of money for the next few turns, so this would be the time to purchase any upgrades we need. Speaking of, in Orlissum, I would love to build a meeting hall, but next turn we should upgrade to the next level of city, so I want to purchase that upgrade immediately. We'll hold off on getting a meeting hall, and instead we'll build a shrine to Hybelaces in Porlissum. So that'll be done in 1 turn, and then we will be able to upgrade the city to the next level. Let's go ahead and end the turn. And the Brudii want trade rights, that's perfect. And let's try to sell them our map information for quite a lot, because they should be fairly wealthy, and they don't have almost any map information, since they start as a pretty small faction. So let's try to get that for 2,000 denarii. They just denied it outright, so I don't want to make them another offer and have them denied as well. Interesting. Over here at Campus Getae, I'm not sure how this has happened, but the Thracians have managed to attack just the army of my faction leader without the other army that's besieging Campus Getae being pulled in. I'm not sure how that worked, but I'm actually okay with it, and here's why. This is kind of, a controversial thing to say, but I'm all right with this guy dying because he's not a very good faction leader. And then we can go ahead and make Skyles our faction heir, and our other faction heir, who's also pretty good over by Segestica, can become the faction leader. So I'd be happy with those two being the faction heir and leader, and not Zyraxes. So I'm okay with this. Let's go ahead and fight it. If we can get some kills, we get some kills. But I'm expecting this faction leader to die. That's fine. We will do our best, though, to win this battle. We're going to march right up to the gate, and whatever comes out of the gate, assuming it's not the militia hoplites, we will try to break it. So, I don't know, maybe the Peltas are actually the first things out the gate, so we will charge directly into them. We should be able to break them fairly easily. Nice, easy kill at the start of the battle. They are technically steady, but yeah, no, okay, now they're broken. We took the gates. We don't want to push all the way into the city because we'll just run into prepared militia hoplites. But yeah, let's get out of the city. We haven't lost any cavalry yet, and we've knocked out one unit already. Ideally, I would love to go head-to-head with the smaller general's bodyguard unit, because I believe we'd be able to kill at least the general soldier himself, which would disband the unit. So I'd be okay with that. Interesting. So since these gates are actually owned by Dacia, they don't have to march out because we have a way into the city. So let's charge in there and fight these Peltas. It's not ideal because we don't want to fight the militia hoplites. Let's kind of pull out of the city and hopefully they follow us out. Okay, they're following us out with one of the general's bodyguard units. So hopefully we can kill this general. Yeah, this should be fairly easy. General's almost dead. Didn't quite get him, but we'll get him in a moment once he comes back. These hoplites are not in formation, so I went and killed them. And we have the other general over here. Let's get out of range of the towers, and then I'm happy to fight the general's bodyguard over here. We could just okay. We're gonna fight these hoplites now because they're obviously not in formation. I don't know if we can beat this unit of general's bodyguard. Will we reform? No. Okay. So Zyraxes hasn't died yet, but did some damage. We didn't kill any generals, but we killed a unit of Peltas, so that's okay. And over here, we're now being attacked by Perdios. Since we did damage to Zyles, the general's bodyguard unit, there are only 4 in that unit, so this will be much easier. And instead of, I think, 90 in this unit, there are only 71 now, so that'll be a lot easier. Look how good Skyles is. Is that 10 stars of command? At the sound of this man's voice, even clouds change their flight across the heavens. Incredible. Let's go ahead and fight this. This should be fairly easy. So we'll go ahead and drop both of these rams, and let's put our archers on fire at will and skirmisher mode. We will keep them where they are, and let's pull our warband out in front of the rams. We'll have our cavalry on the flank to assist the warband, and we want to keep our general nearby as well for the morale bonus. We'll pull up our archers a little bit just so they get a little bit better of a shot on these Peltas a little bit earlier. And honestly, we could just charge these Peltas because they will break immediately when cavalry charge into them. So before the militia hoplites get here, we will knock out these Peltas. And in the meantime, let's pull forward our warband and our archer militia. So yeah, that unit broke. This unit has broken as well. And then, all right, we're going to retreat. We want our general to be nice and safe. It's not worth losing our best general over just a couple of kills. So let's draw up over here. We'll have all of our infantry sprint into position. We will bring up this formation just a little bit because we want these archers to fire into these prepared militia hoplites. I'm not really sure what these guys are doing. And this guy, I mean, I don't really know. But go you, have fun. Our archers are starting to fire. Let's see who they're going to fire into. Probably just these guys out front. Yeah, not pretty. would not want to march into that as guys with no shirts on. Our warband will just kind of fight the front of these militia hoplites. This should not be hard at all. Who is this? Oh, this is the general with 4 soldiers. 3 fleeing already. Yeah, not a big deal. And we'll have this warband unit halt. We want to get as many arrows as possible into these militia hoplites. I wouldn't be surprised if this general actually died from an arrow because he's fleeing. But that would be kind of nice. No, coward. Trying to run through his own spears. Let's pull back a little bit with our infantry. There's no reason for us to be fighting the militia hoplites in the front when they're prepared. They're so slow, we'll be able to get a lot of shots off into them. The large general's bodyguard unit is over here. We're going to use rally troops so that our general doesn't get caught up in this fight. But we should be able to win this, hopefully, because we have more cavalry here. Unfortunately, we are in range of the tower, so that's not ideal. Let's keep moving with our infantry. All right, perfect. We got rid of their general. And that unit broke, so let's get out of range of the tower. We're just going to pick apart these militia hoplites with archers, and this should be a pretty quick victory. Even if we ended the battle right now, or not right now, but once we kill the other single general who's just sitting around by himself, the Thracian faction would, I think, just disappear since they wouldn't have a general anymore. But we're not going to do that. We're going to fight them all, get all these kills. Just because, you know, it's Rome Total War. It's fun. May as well do it. Oh, look how brutal that is. This unit's broken just from archer fire. We're going to move our warband out of the way because they're getting shot by our own archers, and our cavalry is going to move out of the way as well. We're just letting our archers get some experience shooting these militia hoplites. No need for anyone to actually be fighting them in person. Ouch. Absolutely brutal. Is there anything left in the city that we should be worried about? We have some more militia hoplites over here, but we have plenty of ammunition for them. And over here is just something like 20 cavalry without a general. So yeah, that won't do well at all. We're just going to keep this up. We'll go ahead and speed this up because they'll keep marching out here and keep getting shot by my archers. Let me tell you, after playing a whole Spanish campaign, it is so refreshing to have archers. This is brutal. Over here, our general is going to be charged by the remnants of this general's unit. We actually don't want the general himself doing the fighting because we don't want him to pick up sanguinary. But yeah, the other general has fallen over here. Is that both of the generals? I believe so. So yeah, we want to somewhat limit what this general is actually doing as far as fighting, because sanguinary would be really bad for morale. Hopefully we avoid that. We're just going to fire some more arrows, and we've almost won this battle at this point. We could probably just send in our cavalry to finish off the city. Perfect, there's one more soldier in this militia hoplites unit, and one general over here. Is this the general or just the cavalry? I think the generals are both dead, so we'll just shoot him with some archers. Come on, target practice. Beautiful, done. And then we will pull up our archers to here. Make sure they get that last kill, and then the battle will be over. The last soldier of Thrace, bravely running into certain death. Look at him go. And as he pulls into range of my archer warband, they will knock their arrows and prepare to finish off Thrace as a faction forever. First of many. You got this, dude. Yeah, lower your spear. Brutal. And the doors close on the Thracian faction. So yeah, we really did not lose much. I believe we gained a chevron of experience for each of our archer warband, and we lost a couple of barbarian cavalry, a couple of warband, but we also healed some back. So yeah, great victory right there. And at Campos Getae, we want to occupy it There's no reason to be exterminating these tiny settlements. And look how big our empire is getting. This is not very many settlements, but the great thing about playing as Dacia is you get these huge regions. So yeah, we actually control all of this, which is lovely. Now, as far as the protection of Campus Getae, we want to just have a couple of troops which will man the river. So we'll have our crazy faction leader just stand on this river. And this was the main reason I really wanted this city. We can purchase Scythian mercenaries in this region. And so sitting on this river, we can also purchase Scythian mercenaries. They're 800 denarii a pop, but only have upkeep of 120, so they're not that expensive. And yeah, horse archers are incredible, some of the best units in the game. And since we're getting paid right now by the Greeks, we may as well enjoy ourselves. We're going to pick up 3 units, and we'll send those south to take part in potential future battles against the Macedonians, which will be really helpful. So we'll go ahead and send them south. Take a look at that. They have missile attack of 8. They're fast moving. They don't have long range arrows, but they are incredible. Definitely nice to have some horse archers. We will build a unit of peasants in Campus Getae so that we can send these units over to assist Zyraxes in watching this river for the rest of time. And we'll send Skyles south to his new campaign in Macedonia. In Porlisum, we built the shrine to Hebalaesus, and it's time to build the High King's Hall so we can finally have a minor city in Porlisum, which will be awesome. I'm really excited with Minor City to be able to build Hall of Heroes for chosen swordsmen. These are incredible heavy infantry, excellent morale, attack of 13, defense of 17. Yeah, I'm very excited for these, especially with the +2 morale from the religious buildings in Porlisum. That will be really nice when we can build those. Skyles picked up a Greek turncoat, which will be really useful when fighting the Greeks and the Macedonians, and got Superior Commander for another Star of Command. Skyles is incredible. Just picked up +2 influence, -1 for personal security, that's alright, but yeah, Victor is another great trait. Skyles is incredible. This is looking like one of those Roman generals that are like the Pontifex Maximus. Yeah. Already looking incredibly good. And we have a new general, Kotazo, over here at Segestica, which will be actually really useful. He's pretty good. Apparently loyal is not great, but Gatebreaker, Natural Born Leader, Social Drinker, and War Chief are all good traits. And I don't think Social Drinker will get any worse. That's +1 command for now. It would get worse into alcoholic traits if we had a tavern here, but we don't. So that's a great trait to have. And if we ever get attacked by the Gauls, I think this guy could handle himself, so I'm fairly happy with that. I think we can go ahead and send Vitsina south to take Segesta off the rebels. We'll leave something behind, maybe an Archer Warband. And no, we want Archer Warband for the field. Let's take 2 units of Illyrian mercenaries, and we'll leave them in Segestica just to defend. And we'll send another unit back as well, because we don't want to lose this city. We want to make sure we hold on to it. And then we will march south with Vitsina to take Segesta. We'll look at that end of turn report. 5,284 profit. Most of that came from the trade deal that we have with the Greeks, but I'm very happy with that. Trade is also improving a little bit, 748, and look at that, mining of 1,100 a turn. This is one of the great things about playing as Dacia, is once you get up and running, the mining income is really good. In Campus Iazigis, our population's up to 3,785, and we completed building our wooden palisade. We don't really want to focus on troop buildings here, because we'll do that in Porlisum for now, but we will build stables here so we can train barbarian cavalry in case we need to defend from here or build up an army to go take some settlement. And in Segestica, we have nothing to build except for religious buildings, so I think we might actually want to go with the religious building for population growth rate. Let's take a look at let's do the Sacred Circle of Bendis for improved farms and food production, because we want that growth rate to be as high as possible. And yeah, we're going to need to build a lot of troops out of Segestica, so I think it's worth having a large population here. And of course, With the end of that turn, Thrace has been destroyed out of the game. Incredible. Look at our nice faction. We started with 2 regions and now we have 5. Very happy with that. Over here in Tylis, I was thinking about taking Byzantium off the rebels. Can we do that? If we took Artatua, Duras, and a couple of units from here, let's see how upset they would be. Purple happiness is okay, especially because we're about to build the Sacred Grove of Helices. So I think that's alright. We will go ahead and march south to try to pick up Byzantium. And, if we need to come back, we always can. But ideally, we would like to continue growing in the early game. Before we begin attacking the Macedonians, we want to have a nice base of settlements and a good economy. In Campus Getae, we want to decide what we want to purchase here. I'm thinking we go ahead with roads, just in case we need to move any troops around. And then we'll probably just continue buying, kind of land clearance, that kind of stuff, because we have a decent population, but we'd like to get this up to a minor city as quickly as possible. As far as our spy in Campus Getae, I'm going to send him over to near where Lugatorix went. Hopefully he's taking a Quincum, but I don't know. So I'm going to send this spy around just to make sure we're not about to be attacked in our homeland. We don't want to lose these cities. So hopefully we'll find him soon. And there's nothing else to do this turn, so let's go ahead and end it. Gaul is talking to us, but it looks like they were just trying to bribe us. Okay, our faction leaders died. Zyraxes. Interesting. I thought he had troops with him, but looks like they're just in Campus Getae. Yeah, okay. Our faction leader died of, looks like, old age. I'm alright with that because now we have our new faction leader, Vetsina, who is decent. Not quite as good as our beloved faction heir. Hopefully we have a new faction heir over here. Yes. Skyles has been made our faction heir, and with that he gets another 1 influence and 2 personal security. So Skyles is getting even better every turn. Incredible. Let's go ahead and man the river between Scythia and Campus Getae. We will hopefully be able to put all of these troops on the border there. Yes, we should be fine with that. Let's go ahead and build land clearance in Campus Getae, and we'll build... What do we need to supplement this army? Maybe 1 more unit of warband. Actually, let's build some warhounds. Warhounds are perfect for a river, holding a river, just because they kind of slow down the enemy that are pushing across the river, and then you can just shoot them with archers. So we'll have them guard this river crossing right here, and the Scythians will hopefully never attack us. Tylis is a little bit unhappy. We'll build maybe a unit of just archer warband here and then some barbarian peasants. We're still not super happy, but I think they'll be fine next turn. Let's keep marching Skyles south, and overnight we'll park them in Tylis. Just, keep them a little bit more appeased. And we can go ahead and besiege Byzantium with our Techua. Let's see what they have in the city. I don't remember what these rebels start with. Oh wow, hoplites. These are actually pretty decent hoplites. Attack of 8, defense of 17, and then just some peasants and peltasts, but would be somewhat difficult if they attacked us. Looks like we got there just before the Macedonians would have pulled up, or maybe just after the Macedonians made an attempt, since these hoplites are a little bit damaged. But yeah, we'll take Byzantium off the rebels, and then we'll be able to focus our attention on the Macedonians. In Tylis, we have our level 2 Sacred Grove of Helices, so now we have +1 morale bonus to troops trained here. Unfortunately, we can't retrain our General Skyles or the Scythian mercenaries, but honestly, they really don't need morale training, so that's okay. What would happen if we built a port here? Would that be worth a lot in trade? No, not yet. Someday we will build a port, but for now, I'm thinking we want to build a muster field. We want to get this leveling up the troop training capabilities as quickly as possible so we can build some nice heavy infantry here later. In Segestica, there's nothing left to build, so we're just going to wait for the population to grow. Honestly, we can disband this unit of peasants because we do have these Illyrians and Kodoso here now, and that does get our population a little bit higher, so that's good. I wonder what Lugatorix's plan is here. He's just sitting here with some warband. He could probably take me in a battle, but I don't really want to fight him. So I'm just going to keep marching towards Salona. Oh, I thought this was Segesta. No, Segesta. Oh man, people are going to be so upset that I'm saying that. Segesta is this settlement. Segestica is here, and Salona is here. I thought Segesta and Segestica were together. Forgive me, I know I made a mistake. But yeah, we'll take Salona, hopefully, next turn. And I really don't know what Lugatorix's game plan is here. I'm a little bit concerned that my army is split here between the two regions. Kotoso buy any good mercenaries? No. Yeah, we might be putting Kotoso to the test sooner than we were hoping to. Let's keep marching our spy over to keep an eye on Lugatorix. And I believe there's not much else we can do this turn. We can take a look at the end of turn report. We lost 1,500 denarii that turn because we spent a lot on recruitment and construction, but it was so worth it. We'll go ahead and end the turn. Yeah, it looks like the Macedonians are upset that they did not get to Byzantium first. Gauls want trade rights, which is reasonable, and let's see if we can sell them map information. I don't know if they really have any money, but we'll sell to them for 1,000 denarii. They'll give us 640, I'm alright with that. And let's buy their map information for something like 300 denarii. Okay, insane. Not going to do that. I'm going to offer them an alliance because I would like to be allied with them so that they don't attack me. No, they don't want it, which means they're probably planning to attack me with Lugatorix, but we're just going to have to deal with that when it happens. I don't know where he is right now, which is what's unsettling. Keep marching our spy over. We don't see him yet, so he's probably in this mountain range still, just planning an attack on us. Let's go ahead and besiege Salona. We could attack them right away. Let's see what's inside. Yeah, we could definitely take this, but I would prefer for them to attack us so that they march into our archer warband, so we'll give it a turn. We won't starve them out, but we might just wait for them to attack us. And over here at Byzantium, do we want to fight this yet? We'll hold off for another turn. Just let the hoplites get a little bit weaker, because they do have one experience. They're a bit tough. We profited 870 that turn, so good. No issues in the economy. And in Tylos, we can send Skyles and the 3 units of Scythian mercenaries to maybe just help out with the siege of Byzantium. That would be a very easy siege with all of these horse archers, and we could get some experience for them, so I'd be happy with that. Almost all of our cities are actually building something right now, so we can't queue any new buildings. Let's go ahead and end the turn. So nothing happened between turns. We'll go ahead and combine Skyles and Partitua, and we can probably attack Byzantium this turn. Same thing with Salona. We'll attack them as well. Still no news on Lugatorix. There we go. Our spy just spotted him. He's just hanging out. Just not doing anything. So, I mean, if we can take Salona and have the kind of combined army between Segestica and Salona, we can probably take him. So, if he doesn't want to do anything, you know, that's fine with me. He probably is missing his chance, but I'm alright with it. And this is the turn that everything completed being constructed. So let's go over to Porlisum and see what we can build now that we are at our highest level of city. We're kind of underdeveloped, honestly, so let's build a meeting hall. We want to get to that Hall of Heroes as quickly as possible. So in about 6 turns, we should have the ability to train some really good heavy infantry. At Campos Yazigis, we will build some communal farming just to get that population growth rate up even a little higher. In Tylos, we'll build a meeting hall. We just finished our muster field here. Soon we will build a port, but at this point it wouldn't make any difference to trade really, so we can ignore it for now. At Campus Getae, we finished our land clearance. Let's go ahead and build communal farming. We just want to get the income from the city up as high as possible. Get that growth rate up, get it to a minor city, and then, you know, it'll make a lot of money. We profited 2,114 denarii this turn without any diplomacy tributes. Our deal with the Greek cities has expired, but we're still very profitable, so that's great. I think it's honestly because we're keeping a fairly lean empire. We don't have a lot of troops just sitting around defending, because we're kind of just protecting our own borders with the armies that we're also using to take cities, so that's pretty good. In Campus Getae, we have our Warhounds, which we will send over to Captain Adanthesis. And yeah, this is a fairly good army. I don't think the Scythians could make anything that could get past this army on this river. We have some battles to do this turn, so let's go ahead and take Byzantium. We have a lot of horse archers, and they have nothing with longer range than Peltas, so this shouldn't be difficult at all. Let's go ahead and fight the battle. The stars of the show in this battle will be our Scythian mercenaries, so let's go ahead and pull them up here. And we'll bring our ram up to the walls as well as our archer warband. Yeah, they're not going to know how to deal with us. Let's just pull these Scythian mercenaries close enough to start shooting those hoplites, and this is going to be messy. Perfect, they're in range. They're going to start firing now. And let's see this from our perspective. Oh, brutal. Then from their perspective. Yeah, they have decent armor compared to militia hoplites, but not good enough. Ouch. Oh my goodness. They've lost 70 troops already. We'll just keep firing. We're shooting them in the side, so this should be very devastating. Y'all are missing your shots. Come on. There you go. Ouch. Over here, we could have the archer warband come up here and fire at these peasants and these peltas. May as well. But we do want to focus on the hoplites with our horse archers, so. Alright, fire at the peltas first because they're more dangerous than peasants. This is why you bring bows. Alright, guys? Javelins, they look great, but they're not going to do anything. There's no elephants around. We don't need you. And this other unit of hoplites has joined the battle as well. Let's target them. This is the general's unit of hoplites, but they're going to take just as much damage. And yeah, this is going to be brutal. Horse archers do kind of make the game just broken, so I won't make entire armies out of horse archers and ruin the fun of the whole game. Don't worry, I'm just using a couple units. Let's go ahead and knock down the gates with our ram. We will pull our archers over here for now. Just get them out of the way of the ram. And we can speed things up a little bit. We'll just keep firing at anyone who comes near. We haven't taken a single casualty, and we've done 50% of the enemy army worth of casualties, so yikes. Would not like to be them.
The gate is broken. Your warriors have done brave work with the battering ram.
We'll bring our warband inside the city. Hopefully this will encourage some enemies to try to attack them, but they obviously have no chance because they'll just get picked apart by the horse archers. Yeah, they're trying to charge with hoplites, but as they get near, the horse archers will begin firing. And yeah, not pretty. Not a pretty sight. We'll just withdraw with our warband. We don't need them to take any casualties at all. These hoplites have overextended for the last time. Alright, let's get the Scythian mercenaries inside the city. We're going to send them in, but we'll turn off skirmish mode because we don't want them to get screwy if someone starts marching towards them and just run in a random direction. We'll also bring our archer warband up, and we'll bring some infantry to block up the streets, just, you know, in case. We don't want to take any casualties with our Scythian mercenaries. Our Scythians are kind of shooting each other, which isn't ideal. Let's spread out a little bit. That'll make me feel better. We'll get our heavier infantry up here to block up the streets. Get the archer warband behind them. We'll get one general in the city for morale reasons. I've learned my lesson in the Spanish campaign. You can never underestimate how bad the morale of troops invading a city will be. Even when they clearly outnumber the enemies, they will find a way to break. So we are just going to keep the general nearby. We'll push our Scythians up here. Hopefully they can find a shot onto the plaza, but it doesn't look like it. And let's get our Scythian archers up in this little plaza. This looks perfect. Them here. And we're going to slow this down because I don't want to have them charge up on us and we lose a bunch of horse archers. Just get some kills in. I know we'll lose a couple of horse archers to just shooting each other. But yeah, we're going to do a ton of damage here. Get a couple more arrows in. And then we will run this way. I don't want them to get caught. We're going to lose this guy because he's not being very smart. That's okay. They'll continue firing over their shoulders, which is very impressive. Go you. But yeah, these hoplites have taken a ton of damage. And now they all just turn and fire. Yikes. Taking a lot of damage here. Continue withdrawing. We don't want our horse archers to get caught. But as soon as they lower their spears, we can just keep firing. Yeah, this is brutal. Yes, we are attacking you. Glad you've noticed. We will push up our infantry just so that our standard archers can get some shots in on the plaza. Get up here, put the archers behind them, and our horse archers will continue firing at these hoplites. They find really crazy shots. I wonder if it's because of the extra height of the horses, but they're firing over these buildings, landing shots on these hoplites that they can't even see, so that's perfect. And our standard archers have range on, looks like maybe these peasants on the city center. Let's see who they're firing at. Have somewhat of a clear shot. Doesn't look like a great shot. Maybe if we moved them over here, they'd have a perfect shot. Pull up our infantry to there, just slightly forward to get out of the shot. And looks like they're trying to catch me not paying attention, but it won't work. Just keep moving. Don't run into the hoplites. They'll fire a few more shots. Okay, they should have a better shot on the peasants at the city center now. Is that the case? Let's see. That's a good shot. There you go. And they'll do lots of damage over here. Gonna go ahead and speed this up because at this point they don't have any strength to fight me with. Just fire off all of our arrows. This is the Dacian way. Okay, so I stopped paying attention for just a moment, lost about 5 cavalry over here to these hoplites, but at this point we will be able to finish them off because they've overextended too much. So they're just going to get shot in the front here, and then we can send our general over. I won't have him attack directly, but we'll have him just apply some pressure and this unit should break. Alright, charge in, and we will hold on to... Okay, I was worried that I lost my general, but no, I used rally troops, so our general will be safe. Kill their general, and the battle ended. Let's go ahead and end the battle. We took 30 casualties. I'm very happy with that. And with that, Byzantium is ours. We'll occupy that as well. We want to keep our population absolutely booming. And let's go ahead and repair our warband and Volksmen that we weren't able to repair over at Tylus. We'll build mines here right away. Actually, roads first, and then... Now, can we afford mines? Yeah, maybe we should just get mines. And what's in this Macedonian army? Just 2 units. I'm not worried about it, especially with Scythian mercenaries. They're so good, especially against Macedonians. Yeah, if we can keep these guys alive, Macedonians will really struggle. And last thing we'll do this part is take Salona off the rebels. Should be a fairly easy battle. Let's fight them on the field. They don't have any archers, so we'll be able to do a lot of damage just like we did at Byzantium. Some of these factions have such a huge advantage in just having archers right off the bat. Like Egypt, a lot of the barbarian factions have archers on turn 1, which just makes them so powerful in the early game. Even the Romans, I think it takes like 12 to 15 turns. I think it's 15 turns for them to be able to train a single unit of archers. It's totally crazy. They're so powerful. So the Sicilian pirates are right here. Our archers should have a shot on them any second. These are just naked pirates with no shirts and little axes. So yeah, they're just going to get totally eaten, take a ton of casualties before they ever reach my troops. I will say, however, that their little back tattoos are very stylish. So, you know, there's that. We want to save some of our archer ammo for the hoplites. So let's send our barbarian cavalry to kill these Sicilians if they come out again. And let's start marching up to the city a little bit. We want to get some shots in on these hoplites and this battle nice and quick. So they're going to try to throw missiles at us, but we'll just break them here. They did about 7 casualties to us, so that's alright. And yeah, they're doing it again. They've reformed. Charge them again. And back up again. Just gonna keep doing this. These Lyrian mercenaries and the hoplites here will actually be a little bit scary because we don't have that much ammo with our archers. Let's pull up our warband. We want our archers to fire into these Lyrians, definitely. And then we'll use Warcry and charge into them. They've broken. Perfect. We'll back up again. Hopefully they just keep charging into us like this. I'm alright with this. Every time we charge into them, we do a ton of damage and take no hits, so... yeah, they're getting nice and weak. We're being very cautious. We've killed 43% of the enemy. Let's go ahead and push up our warband a little bit more, and we'll put archer warband right behind them. And we'll put our cavalry on the flank. Let's go ahead and put fire at will on for our archers. They'll get some shots into these Illyrians. And finally, we can get some shots into these hoplites. They're going to take a ton of damage here. If they push into us, we can hit them in the side with our cavalry. So we'll use Warcry here, charge into them, and then charge in with our cavalry as well. And they'll be encircled. They're broken, and we'll just run them down right here now. Perfect. Nice and easy. Let's let our archers keep firing at the Illyrians. And, I mean, there's almost nothing left in the city now. 78% of the enemy army is dead. I think they have no hoplites now, so we could just charge on. I think that's a fairly good approach. Let's go ahead and use our infantry here. We will use Warcry and then just charge into these Illyrians, and we'll chase them all the way to the city center. So we're just charging on with Warcry enabled. We'll do Warcry again just for that extra 10 attack, and we will continue just charging into these Sicilian pirates. We'll keep our general nearby because you never know when morale is going to go the wrong way. We don't want to risk it. So alright, just keep attacking these Illyrians. Get our general right up here and use... no, we don't really need to... yeah, we'll use rally troops just for fun. Just so the horse can go woo! And we'll just push through these last couple troops. Easy peasy. So we lost more than expected in this battle. Lost 200 troops, but that's alright. We killed 629. And got another city. And I love Salona. This is a great city. We will definitely occupy Salona. There are only 500 people here, so we will need to grow this. But we can build mines here for another 200 income per turn. This port's really valuable, and the land trade with the olive oil here is really valuable as well. Vecina got a famous warrior for another +1 morale, and confident commander for +1 command. Vecina is getting really good. Probably would not be the ideal faction leader compared to my faction heir currently, but He's a very good commander, so I won't complain. Now the question is Lugatorix going to try to take Segestica and Salona? That's what I'm really worried about right now. As soon as we have a little bit of money, we will build a wooden palisade over in Salona. We'll do that probably next part, because I think this is a good place to end this episode. We made a lot of progress, actually. We have knocked Thrace out of the game. We have Byzantium now, Salona, Segestica. This is a nice little empire, and with 7 regions controlled, we have a clear next step. We're going to march south, take out Bylazora, Thessalonica, and Larissa. I think it's fairly obvious at this point that our natural enemies are the Macedonians. I'm scared if ever the Greeks should turn on us, because they have pretty strong armies, it looks like. But the Macedonians, I haven't seen any good armies in any of their cities or in the field, so hopefully they're kind of suffering from proximity to the Brutii, and they're not doing very well. But let's send our diplomat up here to try and kind of be a scout and to see what awaits us. And ooh, look at this Macedonian cavalry. Defensive 19, attack of 10 with good morale already is kind of horrifying that that exists anywhere on the battlefield. But we have our horse archers, we have our nice, steady war band and stuff. So hopefully we can beat them in the field. I think we can handle it. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this part and are enjoying the series. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do hit the subscribe button. It really helps me out. And I'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.